Registered Phenomena Code 142. Object Class Gamma Orange. Hazard Types: Regenerative Hazard, Sapient Hazard, Aggression Hazard. Containment Protocols. As of Incident 142-B, RPC-142 has breached containment, and its whereabouts are currently unknown. Police databases across the United States are to be scanned for homicide cases matching RPC-142's modus operandi. Authority agents are to be deployed to homicide investigations matching the following criteria: murder of several women within a short period of time, dismemberment, mutilation of female victims, presence of slime consisting of human biomass at the scene of the crime. If RPC-142 can be confirmed to be the source of these murders, ASF Rapid Response Team, Xeros Finest, are to be deployed for recontainment procedure. Although RPC-142 is considered to be highly hostile to Authority personnel, lethal force is not authorized due to the potential of losing track of the subject. The use of POI-1438 to aid in the recontainment of RPC-142 is pending. Former Containment Protocols. RPC-142 is to be kept in a reinforced concrete cell on Sub-Level 3 of Site-033's Humanoid Containment Wing. The single entrance to RPC-142 cell, a steel airlock door, is to be modified with a small slit for meals to be inserted to. The interior of the cell is to be monitored with CCTV footage at all times. No female personnel are to enter within 25 meters of RPC-142's containment area. Any individual matching POI-1438's description found in or around Site-033 is to be detained for questioning. Two male security personnel are to be stationed outside of RPC-142 cell to prevent POI-1438 from reaching RPC-142. See Incident Log 142-A. Description: RPC-142 is an African-American male, seemingly in his mid to late 30s, yet has never shown any signs of aging in years. RPC-142 has consistently appeared as 1.88 meters tall, and weighing 95 kilograms in all instances. RPC-142 possesses no physical differences in the average human male, apart from slightly higher than baseline strength and endurance. RPC-142 has never provided a name, nor any information about his past, and has no presence in any national database. Upon the expiration of an instance of RPC-142, a new instance will manifest somewhere else in the world after an indeterminate period of time. The new RPC-142 will be identical to the former in all ways, including memories up until the moment of its death. The corpse of the original instance will not exhibit any other anomalous properties, and is, in all regards, a completely mundane human body. Although it is seemingly impossible to determine where the next instance will manifest, the delay between the death of RPC-142 and its next instance seems to increase proportionally to how much physical suffering it endures prior to expiration. The slow, methodical dissection of the instance appears to create the longest delay of months, whilst a simple gunshot or lethal injection may create a delay as short as 2 days. RPC-142 has displayed an extremely sociopathic and sadistic personality, particularly directed towards women. RPC-142 has murdered and sexually abused several women, seemingly taking pleasure in inflicting pain and suffering on them. This does not appear to be related to the subject's anomalous properties. POI-1438 is an unknown individual who seems to be actively trying to terminate RPC-142. Although no anomalous properties have been confirmed, POI-1438 has successfully infiltrated Authority sites times, whilst avoiding detection, and consistently evaded capture by security personnel. Although POI-1438 does not seem hostile to Authority personnel, the potential risk of containment breach necessitates the containment of this individual as well. Discovery: on January 15, 2000, the police of County received a report of a rotten stench coming from an abandoned factory on the outskirts of the town. As the police entered the premise, they discovered a large amount of red and tan slime covering the walls and floor, later discovered to contain several unique instances of human DNA. Within the slime were the dissected remains of a human male. Some of these remains were put into cold storage for later investigation, but no other leads could be found. On July 21, 2000, the same local police were alerted by the sounds of screaming coming from the Red Vixen strip club. Upon investigation, the officers found the corpses of 6 women and 2 men in varying states of mutilation. RPC-142 was naked amidst the corpses, carrying a rusted hatchet, and was described by the officers as deranged. The officers demanded they drop the weapon. However, RPC-142 instead rushed towards them, wounding 1 before being terminated via gunshot wounds. The corpse was taken to the local morgue without incident. 3 days later, an individual matching RPC-142's description was picked up by the police in the neighboring town of for attempting to strangle a woman behind a local bar. The police force were aware of RPC-142 due to their proximity to the previous event and contacted the County Police Department to confirm the state of the original RPC-142 instance. At this point, an Authority agent within the police force reported a potentially anomalous scenario, and RPC-142 was transferred into Authority custody without incident. The 3 pre-containment incidents were explained as improper biological waste disposal, a mundane serial killer, and a relative of said serial killer respectively. No anomalous qualities were found between the living, deceased, and dismembered RPC-142 instances, other than their identical genetic composition. Post-recovery analysis revealed that POI-1438 was present at the jail while RPC-142 was incarcerated there, but was unable to reach RPC-142 before it was taken by the Authority. Incident 142-A. On October 22, 2000, the security agent tasked to guard RPC-142's cell failed to complete his bi-hourly report, prompting an investigation by on-site personnel. The security team deployed found POI-1438 attempted to disarm the electronic lock on RPC-142's cell door, causing them to attempt to capture him. However, he managed to evade them and escape the site. The security agent was found nearby, incapacitated, but unharmed. A conversation between RPC-142 and POI-1438 through the door was captured on the cell's CCTV camera, a transcript of which is provided below. Forward. This conversation took place whilst POI-1438 continued to work on the mechanism securing the door. POI-1438 was not detected on any on-site security cameras prior to this. Begin log. RPC-142. Took you long enough. POI-1438. They don't make it easy for me. You know, I missed our little talks. These folks don't quite hold a conversation like you do. Guess you really don't get bored of it. It hasn't been that long, has it? 10? 20? It's all a bit of a blur. You think I'd let you forget, after what you did that day? Don't flatter yourself too much. You're not the first guy who's gotten pissed at me over some bitch. You know, there's been times when I thought I could get something through to you, find some humanity in the monster. The heart wants what the heart wants, Jerome. When that didn't work, I thought I could teach you a lesson. After all the incisions, broken femurs, all the times I've torn you apart, you'd get tired of it. RPC-142 slams its fist into the door of the containment unit, causing it to buckle slightly. POI-1438 seems to not notice, or care. We should switch roles sometime, See if you get tired of it. That'll be the day. How long can you keep this up? I can a lot longer than you. When you're rotting in the ground, I'll still be doing what I do best. Maybe, but until then, I'll be doing what I do best. At this point, the security team encountered POI-1438, interrupting conversation. RPC-142 has not answered any questions surrounding the nature of his relationship with POI-1438. End log. Incident 142-B. Following Incident 142-A, it was decided by Site Director to transfer RPC-142 to Site due to the higher security and remote location that the site offered. RPC-142 was put into a medically induced coma for transfer, and placed into an unmarked Authority van with 2 security personnel on board. While en route to Site, RPC-142 woke earlier than expected, and was able to loosen his restraints and feign unconsciousness. Whilst the security personnel in the back of the vehicle was distracted, RPC-142 attacked him by wrapping the chains of his restraints around his neck and slamming him against the door of the van. During the assault, the rear doors were knocked open, and RPC-142 and the security personnel fell from the van. Before the personnel in the front could stop the vehicle and recontain the subject, RPC-142 jumped off the side of Pinto Creek Bridge, falling into the valley below. A deceased RPC-142 instance was found within the valley. Containment protocols have been updated to reflect this incident.